Good morning, 21 Day Crew. Amanda here, one of the coaches. I wanted to hop on and share a little bit about my journey. Why? Because I have been there with you guys, counting those calories. If this was a phone and I had like maybe a box scanning it, right? Everything. I had this app that I used constantly, and the thing was this is by counting calories, it was just driving me crazy. And if the food didn't have a label, it was like, well, how am I going to figure out the calories in that? Like getting out the measuring tape. It was a vicious cycle, and it wasn't good for me. And now that I think back about it, I wasn't eating that many calories. I was eating like 700, and it got me down to 119 pounds, and I looked sickly. And I will say that part of my life was short-lived, but I continued to fad diet after that, like the Atkins, Zone Perfect, you name it, I've probably done it. But what's really changed my life and learning how to eat clean, because honestly, when I decided to join this eating clean group thing, I was like, oh, here we go, a new fad that I got to try to figure out. Well, you know what? It's not a fad, it's a lifestyle change. And I can't believe how good of results I've got and been able to maintain my results. These containers have changed my life. I've used them every day, every program. Depending on the program, the container quantity changes, okay? But they help me out. I don't count calories anymore. I count colors, and it's a lot easier, and I can prep and go from there. But back to this whole counting calorie thing, I don't do it. Because when I think of eating clean versus the way I used to eat, I used to be the girl at the drive-thru at McDonald's. Number 3, supersized because I wanted the extra hash brown and the bigger orange juice. Or I'd be at Tim Hortons getting a bagel with a ton of cream cheese on it. Or I'd be at the gas station thinking I was going to be healthier by picking up a protein bar and a Diet Coke. Okay, so I've been all over the board, but when I think of eating clean, this is what I think of. It's about being more mindful about what you put in your body. Less processed foods. Foods with 5 ingredients or less. And the way to eat clean, the easiest way for me was the container system, because I know that you can overeat on too many of a certain container. Because think about, like, if you eat a ton of fruit all day, that's a lot of carbs, right? And the way the Beachbody programs are set up is each container is kind of factored in like the macro thing that is going around right now, and you don't have to figure out that calculation. But we're not even going to get into that because that's just a whole nother video. But to eat clean and go grocery shopping, let's talk about that. It's complicated. I get it. I've been there. I'm a mom of one, and then my husband, he eats like another kid, so sometimes it's not really easy. But when I go to the grocery store, I know my grocery store, and you know yours too. You know where you go. So when I walk in the store, I start at the far left-hand side, which is the produce department. And honestly, I'll spend most of my time in there because I am buying a ton of ingredients. And the cool thing is if you write a grocery list before, don't stray from the grocery list, and eating clean doesn't have to cost more. And what I like to do is, so tonight, I think we're having tacos. Tomorrow, we're gonna use that taco meat to make some fun tostadas. So I'll use similar ingredients to have in recipes throughout the week. So sometimes if you buy produce in bulk, it's cheaper, right? So that's something you can do. So like I said, I started in the produce department. I head to the meat counter, which the meat and seafood is all in the area. And then I stray a little bit into the center aisle because there's a bulk food section, which saves me a ton of money on spices. Maybe I only need like a teaspoon of something that I'm probably never going to use again. If I don't like the recipe, I'll go to the bulk section and it costs me 10 cents. Then I'll go back out, and then what is there? The dairy department, the deli, and the bakery. So I try to shop the perimeter only. And if I do end up veering into the center aisles, I try to strive for ingredients with 5 ingredients, or foods with 5 ingredients or less. And you have to read the label sometimes. I know it makes grocery shopping so much longer. You're like, Amanda, I just want to throw it in. I hate grocery shopping. I do too. But you know what? You would be surprised how many foods have hidden sugar. So the goal is, this is a lifestyle change. This isn't going to change overnight. You got to learn, right? I thought PB2 was a good option, but I found out there was a lot of hidden sugar in it. So I might as well just go with real peanut butter. Why be scared of the fat, right? So it's all about balance and figuring it out, and we believe in you. And if you have a bad day, totally cool. But I just want to share with you kind of how I've changed my life. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I still have, things happen, but I definitely wanted to share this with you to help you do better in your journey. Happy Tuesday, friends, and keep showing up. We can't wait to continue to help you for the next 19 days.